simply no parallel to the food you'll find here. One taste, and I'm sure you'll agree. All of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost. You won't find anything like them anywhere else.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio have been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. Oh, yes, quite often. They had a usual table over in the far corner, with all the traditional accoutrements. Music, candles, wine. You see where I'm going with this. But this time the two had barely sat down before the argument got heated. Thankfully, security stepped in before anyone got hurt. I wasn't witness to any theft, and both men were wearing rings, if I recall correctly. Well, the one who stayed with UC Security, Octavio, is a shorter man, handsome and refined. His favorite menu item is the Saint, I believe. The other, Hugo Fournier, is a tall, slender gentleman with a French accent. Excellent tipper, well-mannered, but a bit hot-tempered. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC Security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
The Dawn's Roost represents the highest quality, from the ingredients to the decor. No expense is spared. Anyone who has sampled our offerings will assure you it is all worth it. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I flew my first Starship. It was virtual, but still.
You're here because you need something you can connect with. Something... Is that a surprise? These are potentially matters of life and death we're talking about here. Well, that's not a simple question, is it? It all depends on who's asking. I have my own personal favorites, but I wouldn't presume to know yours. Tell me, were you to find yourself in the unfortunate position of needing to use a weapon, what suits you best? Something up close and personal? Rapid fire? Is precision a consideration? I see. Well, I'm afraid grenades are not something we carry. The liability is just a bit too high. But there is the Bridger by Laredo. It's not a personal choice of mine, but it might well be what you're looking for. Please, take a look.
You've been busy, I hear, clearing out bad guys. Here, you deserve this.
Pardon?
Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that... That lying, cheating, foul piece of dawn glider dropping. If I had my way, I'd tie him to the back of a ship and jump it right into the nearest star. 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter. Not just dating, betrothed. And I have the engagement ring to prove it. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off! No, there are some things in life that cannot be repaired. Cheating is his way of saying, I don't love you. And without love, what's the point? He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. You're right. My stubbornness gets me in trouble far too often. True, I don't want to go to prison. I've heard stories and they rarely end well. A crime? You can't be serious! If anyone is a criminal, it's that two-timing Lothario! I don't care if you're with UC Security, I have rights! And as far as the ring goes, I don't know what the law says, but I doubt you do either. As soon as my assistant finishes packing my things, I'm taking the first tram to this. He would say that, but he gifted it to... We're not having this argument again. I'm furious. He would say that. He gifted it. I'm glad you could see reason. This ring is going to fund a very long vacation across the settled systems. Maybe I'll even take pictures.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security office. Crime has slowed down since you started helping. Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Ugh. Really? I should have known this was a waste of time the moment I laid eyes on that drunk. That's on me. Without saying names, there are some people in this city who treat us like their personal security service. But you know how it goes. Sometimes we protect, other times we serve. Either way, I'm still going to pay you for your time. Here, take this. It's well deserved.
bet Cora's already finished the pre-flight checklist. That's my girl.
Corco, that room of yours better be clean next time I go in there.
I'll get to it, Dad. I promise.
This ain't my getting around to it, Tone. You understand?
Fine, okay. I'm going.
Pressure normalized, and we're docked.
Captain, it
Ma'am,
is
I'm just a courier.
pleasant
I understand
to
that.
see you.
I'm not blaming you directly. Dr. Salvato, how long have you been here?
About a year now, Doctor.
And in that year, how many times have we had this conversation about late or missing shipments of supplies?
I believe this is the third time.
Yes, that sounds right. 3 times. I will be making it very clear to your superiors that lives are at stake, and the clinic requires reliable transport. If your company cannot meet our needs, someone else will.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Thank you, Dr. Salvato. You may return to your duties.
Whatever you do, don't let anyone in here sneeze on you. That happens. We can't let you leave.
Need something? Are you here for a procedure? Hey, let's keep our voices down. The clinic doesn't exactly know I'm giving its supplies away. That being said, I've been expecting someone soon. I've heard Bayou really has a vice grip on Neon right now. I have some supplies I can give you. Should be more than enough for now, and it shouldn't draw any suspicion from the clinic. I'll have them loaded onto your ship. Sorry, I can't do that. This is the most I can give you without drawing suspicion. Yeah, I hope so. I'm still willing to talk. I hear you. Ugh, I really shouldn't do this. If the clinic finds out... All right, you win. You're very persuasive. I can throw in a few extra supplies, but I'm not going to make this a regular thing, okay? They'll be loaded onto your ship.
I really hope someone comes to take a look at me soon.
I'm probably fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
As assignments go, this one isn't pretty quiet.
There's nothing in those settled systems quite like Neon. Crazy, terrible, never dull Neon. There should be a sign, dump your Aurora here. You'd make a fortune if you put a net right under here. I'm not even kidding.
You aren't looking well at all. Perhaps you'd better sit down. What can Reliant Medical do for you? All right. Honestly, I'm surprised you walked. Let's get you patched up. Okay. Might be a little scar tissue, but that just adds character. Fantastic. That'll really help out around here. Thanks for everything. These supplies will be put to good use. Here, take this. I threw in a bit extra for you, since you really came through for me. You and Abby really pulled through for me. Huh. Well, it's completely dependent upon how long the user's been addicted. People have been using for, say, 2 years or less. I've been able to put through a full detoxification program successfully. But there are others who have been addicted pretty much all their adult lives, and I have yet to try and cure someone who hasn't relapsed. Aurora stimulates the neural circuits in the brain, specifically targeting the neurotransmitter serotonin in the prefrontal cortex. This causes significant sensory hallucinations, both auditory and visual. That's the enticement factor. As you can imagine, this state is highly addictive, and the user gets stuck in a vicious cycle. They need more Aurora to satisfy their cravings. I'm sure we can get you fixed up with something. I have a few items left. Try not to get hurt out there.
Mom's got to be okay. She's just got to.
Not used to someone else riding captain. You read my mind. Here. Depends on the question. Shoot. There's so many planets, moons, celestial phenomena out there. Most captains just sail through the Great Black, not even really looking, appreciating. A lot of the time touching down on a virgin planet can be, well, uneventful. But every now and then, you see something no human has ever laid eyes on. That is what I live for. Cora has the complete top-of-its-class learning videos and lessons. And I have to occasionally do some of the old homeschooling. Fortunately, mainly it's the videos. Around when she was 7, she could already see the cracks in my knowledge. Come to think of it, I think she's doing an introductory college course in astrophysics. Not being graded, but for fun. She's so weird. I've seen my fair share of scrapes. Actually, a triple share with a massive bonus worth. Some folks say I'm the luckiest man alive after making it through some real whoppers. The trick is to always keep a cool head. Impulsiveness, fear, adrenaline, all those will get you jumpy. You get too jumpy, your target could be 5 in front of you and you'll miss every time. Well, we managed an entire civil adult conversation the other day. I kept waiting for the fireworks. I was still waiting after she said goodbye. It was different. Good different. Let's talk about something less awkward. Like bathroom hygiene. There's no next. I want to be exploring until they pry the boots off my cold dead feet. I mean, Cora will go to university, and the price tag there is scarier than any jam we've been in. But for me, my truest love is the next star, the next horizon. Pleasure.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest. Today for our future tomorrow. Submit your application. Here is the keyless.
Ikuchi's a lot of fun. I even bring Cora here every now and then.
Hey, I don't care who you work for. You can't just... Oh, you're the rookie, aren't you? Not exactly, but I get a lot of unwanted visitors. Kinda comes with the territory here. The one and only. Well, the Marshal's message said you were following a lead about a stolen ship. Truth is, a lot of stolen goods flow through here, but this city is real good at keeping its secrets, even from us. No, I think you should be careful. You can count on my help if you play by the rules. This isn't Aquila City. The badge doesn't carry the same weight here. The people who run this place aren't overly concerned about the law. Our job is to keep the peace and make sure the violence doesn't get out of hand. The last thing anyone around here wants is some hotshot deputy looking in every dark corner.
Neon's a tough assignment. The ecosystem is rigged against any real law enforcement.
That would be Benjamin Bayou. He's out to squeeze every credit he can from the people of this city. He doesn't much care who gets hurt in the process. He's also got a seat on the Council of Governors, which proves that if you've got enough credits, you can buy anything you want. I pick my battles, and I pick them carefully. Our first duty is to protect the people of the Free Star Collective. But sometimes you have to choose which people to protect, because not everyone is innocent. Rookies.
It's just not that easy. I really, really wish it was.
Your stolen ship would have had to land at the spaceport. If it was right off the factory floor, it would have stood out. There's a guy I know, Billy Clayton, does maintenance work around the city and keeps an eye on. I'll introduce you. But later. Hey, I don't care who you were. Oh. Not exactly. Kinda comes with the one and only. Well, the Marshals, truth is, you can count on my help. This isn't the key. The people who run our job is the last thing.
Neon's a tough...
I pick my battles. Our first duty is to protect, but sometimes you have to. That would be Benjamin. He's out to squeak. He's also got... Good.
That's a smart play, as much as it rankles.
Your stolen ship would have had to land at the spaceport. If it was right off the factory floor, it would have stood out. There's a guy I know, Billy Clayton, does maintenance work around the city and keeps an eye on ship traffic for me. I'll introduce you, but don't expect a favor. Even if it doesn't cost credits, nothing in Neon is free. Believe it or not, yeah, it was. My mother's an executive with Ryujin, so I grew up here. I volunteered for this post as much to keep the other Rangers out of trouble as any other reason. If some hotshot rookie took this job and started flashing the badge everywhere, it wouldn't end well. Nah, I've got friends in high places, so to speak. I'm the son of a Ryujin Industries executive. Maybe you've heard of her. Name's Alexis Price. There's a sort of fragile peace here in Neon. It's better for everyone if the syndicates and the corporations coexist with minimum friction. Stay out of people's business until you can't. Be willing to let the small stuff slide. Don't break up a fight unless it's getting out of hand. Most of all, don't assume that badge will protect you. Of course, Neon's full of desperate people who have nowhere else to turn. For some, it's the drugs. For others, it's gambling. There are a lot of ways to lose everything in this city. My rule is simple. If someone brought it on themselves, I don't get involved. Rangers are supposed to exercise good judgment. I'm one person here. I can't help everybody. The best I can do is try to protect the ones who are innocent. And believe me, it's a full-time job. This is Neon. There are no guarantees, and who I find trustworthy changes on a daily basis. Talk to them or don't. It's your call. You wasted or something? Come on. Pretty impressive how you volunteered to help out with the bank heist in Aquila City. Yeah, I read all the reports. I learned quickly that in Neon, staying informed and staying alive are closely linked. What stood out to me was that you didn't lose a single hostage. No wonder the Marshal tried to recruit you right away. If he hadn't, it would have made him look like a fool, having some random stranger step in and do the job he couldn't. Now, if someone tried to hold up a bank here, they'd be gunned down without...
Besides, a bad
you
place for
understand.
tourists these days.
That's why you just told me that you won't cause trouble. Keep that in mind. You'll fit right in.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. You've got to have at least half your power.
Huh? What do you want?
Sleep crates for rent. It's tight, but it's home.
Hey, Billy. Got a second?
What? Oh, shoot. Give me a good scare. I thought you were one of Goodman's people.
Sure. Far from it. Our new deputy here is working a case, and I thought you might be able to help. Take it away, rookie.
What do you need? A stolen Hope-Tech ship, huh? Well, here's the thing. Neon's got no end of shipjackers. I see them come and go every day. It's tough for a guy to remember one from the other. Know what I mean?
I can see where this is going.
Yeah, well, I'm one of them. I can help you, but right now my life is in danger, and I haven't even done anything wrong. Freestar Rangers are supposed to protect the innocent, right? Then you need to hear this. It's about my brother. He died while still in debt to a syndicate loan shark by the name of Emmett Goodman. Now, Goodman's coming after me to collect. He says if I don't pay up, I'm a dead man.
This Emmett Goodman sounds like a real class act.
Yeah. He's bad even by Neon standards. That's saying something. The only one that matters around here, the Seoka Syndicate. They pretty much run the city. That being said, rumor has it that Emmett Goodman is on the outs, so they might not miss him much if he were to disappear. I swear it on my best set of wrenches. Goodman's holed up in one of the warehouses on Epside. Place is locked up tight, but there's a guard who watches the door, and he's got the key.
I'll stay with Billy in case Goodman's men come to collect. They're not stupid enough to tangle with me.
Hope you're a paying customer.
Sorry, what?
You lost, kiddo? Sure. I just don't get too many quality customers here. Most folks head over to Newell's or the Emporium if they've got the cred. I'd say less than half my customers are legit. The others are just kids up to no good. Yeah, well, make it quick. I ain't a fan of loitering. I had some high hopes for this shop back when my husband and I opened it a while back. These days, if you ain't a regular, you're usually trouble. Course, something happened. Ain't that always the case? Let's just say those hopes died a long time ago, and there ain't no reviving them. Snacks, drinks, odds and ends, typical convenience store fare. Thought we'd snag a few of the Astro Lounge clubgoers who might want something to go on their way home. Turns out we were more appealing to the local gangs.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like we understand each other then.
You like my fit? I got it from one of the outfitters here. They have the...
I may not be on the main strip, but I make enough to keep me afloat. Lucky for me, my regulars are a devoted crew.
It'll be our thing.
Mostly tied up in those good-for-nothing gangs. Those disciples and strikers always fighting over who gets to run the place, and not giving a damn over whose lives they ruin. Solomon thought a small convenience store with cheaper prices would make a killing. Of course, the only killing made was when he got himself shot in a robbery. Now it's just me running this place, so you can see why I'm not a huge fan of strangers in my shop. Never heard of him. Now, are you gonna buy something or just annoy me all day? How am I supposed to know where he is? I mean, it might be okay. You're probably right. You just won't give up, will you? Yeah, I know Headlock can't stand them. And I heard some of the other Sioka can't either. That boy doesn't know how to keep himself out of trouble. What'd he do this time? He's a customer. You're not here to interrogate me, so let's get back on track. You are so ignorant. They're not all bad apples like Headlock. In any case, if you're so desperate to find him, he and his friends are probably hanging out in Warehouse 4, somewhere near there. I gotta ask, what are you gonna do with him? I have no affection for him whatsoever. He's a good-for-nothing thug, and a boastful one at that. I wouldn't mind seeing him get smacked around and put in his place. But that doesn't mean I think he should be killed. That's one way to punish him. You'll just bore him to death. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business to get back to. If you aren't gonna buy anything, you better run along.
I'm telling you, Centauri Mills is the way to...
See for yourself.
Stuff. You don't need to food shop for like...
Until next time.
Don't expect a warm welcome.
Transferring to the same division. But alone?
This is private property. You'd better keep walking. This is private property. Do you now? You don't... Come on, don't be that way. You go in, talk to the man, and then you come right back out. Try anything stupid, and it's your funeral. Here, this will get you in.
A new customer, perhaps? Well now, always happy to have a visitor. Tell me, what brings you by, friend? Little light on credits, are you? Oh, it's just a modest enterprise, really. You could call me an importer and exporter. Inherited the trade from my daddy. But I'm sure you ain't here about my business. It's awful kind of you to intervene on my behalf, but I think I have the matter well in hand. Thank you all the same for your concern.
I can't tell if he's kidding or not.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Cal agreed to my terms, including collection from family on the event of his passing. It ain't my fault he dragged Billy into it, but make no mistake, that's exactly what he did. What's your stake in this anyway? Well, I'm afraid that's just none of my concern. Then offer me something I want, and I'll consider it. Well, that ain't wrong. Seems to me like you're a long... Don't you worry, Deputy. I'm more than capable of keeping myself safe. You come walking in here drunk on your newfound authority, thinking I'm some smart... Maybe it's time I show you how we resolve disagreements here in Neon.
Take the good stuff. Leave the rest.
Stop! Screw this!
This feels like old times.
Edside's a bad place for tourists these days. Area's gone to hell. Edside's a bad place for tourists these days.
Cue for a cup of coffee right now.
Oh, yeah. I've seen them at least 3 times now. They hit the bars, buy a lot of drinks, and talk about... Did you talk to Goodman? I didn't mean to put you in harm's way. I was hoping he'd come around when he saw you were a Freestar Ranger deputy.
Took me about a week on the job to learn that doesn't usually work around here.
Okay, time for me to keep my end of the bargain. The woman you're looking for is named Grace Early. Stealing ships is her line of work. She usually comes here to sell the goods. Rumor has it she just finished a job for some mercenary outfit. She's been throwing money around, so must have paid well.
I know her. When she isn't out on a job, she's a regular at Madame Sauvage's. That's on the upper platform. I'll back you up.
I was written up at work again. I'm so close to getting fired, but I need the credits.
Astral Lounge, Euphorica, blah, blah, blah. This place is where it's at.
Going rate.
What? You think this stuff falls from the sky?
Okay, hello. Oh, great. Just who I don't want to see. A Freestar Ranger and his... What are you? A sidekick or something? Now that's what I call real conviction. So how come I'm talking to the sidekick instead of the ranger?
This is the deputy's case.
Is that so? And you had to bring backup just for little old me? I'm flattered. Anyway, this ain't my first interrogation, so let's just get on with it. A time or two, maybe more. And yet here I am, walking free. Aw, ain't you polite? I'm guessing this is the part where you tell me that you've got questions and that you expect me to answer them. That sound about right? All right. So I jacked a ship. It was just a little fun. I didn't even keep it. It was a job. I turned it over to some men, and they took off for who knows where. End of story. Nothing I did put anyone in danger, okay? Hey, All I did was provide them with transportation. They didn't say anything about where they were going or why. Look, I wouldn't have got involved if I thought anyone would be hurt. I've got no love for violence.
Not asking questions is just as bad as giving consent. If that woman had been killed, you'd be an accessory to murder. Did you think about that?
No, I guess I didn't. It's not that simple. Sorry, but... yeah. Nice try, but no. I guess if I can't trust a Freestar Ranger, then I can't trust anyone, right? I was approached by a woman named Maya Cruz. Said she was a senior member of the First and that she had a job for me. She was working with someone inside Hope Tech and pitched me on the idea of jacking a ship right out of the factory. We were deep into planning the job when she had some kind of medical emergency. She said she needed surgery and would be in recovery for a long time. That was a few weeks ago. Haven't heard from her since. You serious? Take your pick. Money, reputation, the thrill of it. All good reasons. Only some kind of offhanded comment about their client wanting to expand the operation ahead of schedule. In my line of work, you learn not to ask a lot of questions. It tends to make people uncomfortable. No, but it sounded serious. She was upset. Seemed kind of shaken, you know? Didn't seem right I should pry, so I didn't. Not long after that, I got a message from a guy named Marco. He said he was the money man for the First, and he offered half up front. Never met him directly, though. It was always through intermediaries and using encrypted slates. Got the feeling he was paranoid as hell.
Do you have one of those encrypted slates on you right now?
Yeah. Here. Take it. I'm done with all this. Anything else you want to know? No. Nothing at all. Left me feeling a little disappointed, given how well they paid me. Not so much as a hint. I'll tell you. He's as cagey a fixer as I've ever met.
Bankrolling the First must take a lot of money. Sure, he's got all kinds of side hustles going on.
Nothing, really. I was told when and where to meet them. They paid me what I was owed, and that was it. Yeah, sure.
Next time you're at the Rock, you should give that encrypted slate to Ranger Alex Shadid. He's got a gift for cryptography. If anyone could crack that slate, it'll be him. I'm gonna head back. Good luck, Deputy.
Then I'm free to go. Oh. You're welcome. Guess I ain't used to the law being so polite.
Yes, what? This place is like my second home.
Nothing like the velocity after a rough shift at Zeno. So forget about your stick.
Side's a bad place for tourists these days.
If you don't see what you need, feel free to ask. I've been at this location for the last 8 years, but I've had a business in Neon for almost 20. As soon as Ryujin broke ground on the tower, I knew the city would start swarming with people, so I went all in. I love this business. It's my life. I can't imagine doing anything else. My dear mother would have said the same thing. The fees here are quite expensive, and I'm barely making ends meet. But I've always been quite stubborn. It has not always been easy, but I've been at this location for 8 years, and I won't give up. My business is my pride and joy. You won't find another store like mine on Neon, so please support my business with your patronage. You won't be disappointed. If you don't see it, you don't need it.
exact same way.
We've got you covered. Our tour beds are comfortable and affordable, and with a crime rating of only 60%. The time to enhance your life. Here at Enhance, we offer a full range of cosmetic and biological.
Are you the one I saw running away from that crazy guy?
Benjamin Bayou is so not compensating for it.
was broken up by a shouting match. Citizens on both sides of the issue. What a matter of time. Gelman, where your credits
I heard about something. Speak with me only if you have what it takes to do tracker work. Jobs are posted. The Trackers Alliance uses them for some of the They're posted in most local bars. Goodbye.
What was the name of that contact?
We hope the Austin Weather Service System's best engineers and designers through the door of secret outfitters, and you'll enter a world of the future. Apply today at the nearest kiosk.
If it's too hot to handle, we can take it off your hands. Need something?
Yeah. Various employers post jobs to the mission boards for people like you to take up. For example, the Trade Authority pays pilots to run cargo. You'll find them in bars, usually near spaceports throughout the settled systems. I'm not here to rattle any cages. We get along just fine. As long as I stay out of their business, they stay out of mine. On the rare occasion that I've run into something that's red hot, Ranger Price swings by as a follow-up. We put our heads together and figure it out. It's never really been a problem. You can ask him if you like. Hey, I'm not here to rattle any cage. On the rare... It's never really been a...
Then here I thought you were just wasting my time.
Find anything else? Make sure you bring it to me.
Looking? Yeah? What do you want? You'd do that? Huh. Look, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm not the most popular guy on the block, and that suits me fine. But this person took it too far, made it personal. I'm not about to let some delinquent hassle the only friend that I have. I appreciate the offer, but it isn't about the money. The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord. You can probably find him somewhere near Euphorica. Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody messes with me and the sticks. Warlord's one of the disciples, one of Neon's street gangs that claims it owns Ebside. A few years back, the gang tried to break in here and rob my place, but Styx put one of them down and sent another to Reliant on a stretcher. He and his buddies have been harassing me ever since, mostly by scaring away my customers and stealing my deliveries. Warlord still swears he'll get even with me, and he came pretty damn close when he somehow managed to disable Styx and sprayed him with paint. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets past Styx, and I'm done for. I know you'll be surprised, but thanks to my sparkling personality, I don't exactly have the easiest time making friends. That means I spend a lot of time talking to sticks. And Model A robots, they're not really programmed for casual conversation. The net result is I end up talking to a machine and looking like I'm out of my mind. Hell, maybe I am. It's no big secret. I lost it fighting on the Freestar side during the Colony War. I was a ground pounder, slogged it out in the trenches with the troops. And did pretty well, too, until an EM weapon took out our transport. They pulled me out of the wreckage, but the damage was done. Honestly, I consider myself lucky. Most of the other soldiers died in the crash. I knew a guy a few years ago who ran up a hell of a tab with me. I'm talking thousands of credits, but at least he'd make regular payments. One day the payments stopped, so I tracked him down. Found out he got mixed up with an Aurora dealer and fell from the upper platform. Since I had a legit claim, the city awarded me his property, which amounted to the contents of a storage container. Guess what I found inside? Took me a few months to scrounge up the parts, but I'd say I did a pretty decent job getting sticks up and running. Help yourself. You ever get nightmares, Sticks? About the war?
I'm sorry. I cannot understand your query. Please rephrase.
Hey there, friend. Need something? Duels Goods has a full line.
We're fully stocked and ready to sell. If you have a moment, say hello to my wife, Rosa. Oh. Okay. Yeah. That'd be extremely helpful. I honestly don't know what to say. Fair enough. Just be careful when you're dealing with Sigurd. He can be surprisingly unreasonable when he's cornered. I'd say the majority of the guards are rotten, and the few who aren't simply take a paycheck and look the other way. They have Neon completely under their control. The Freestar Collective's own security doesn't even maintain a presence here. If it wasn't for the Freestar Rangers outpost, there wouldn't be a shred of justice in this entire city. I arrived in Neon almost, 20 years ago? I had gotten a job at Xenofresh through a friend and started working on the loading docks. After a few years, they moved me up to Kazanbas processing. And that's where I met Rosa for the first time. She was my supervisor, but we hit it off right away. It wasn't long before we decided to quit Xenofresh, get married, and start our own business. We've been in love ever since. The first time I brought up the subject, we got into a huge argument. Sigurd said he had every intention of paying Neon security and that it was final. After that, I tried to speak to him a few times, but he's always been too busy to spend the time to sit down and have a decent conversation. It's obvious he has no intentions of talking to me anymore. I honestly don't know what I did to make him so angry with me. Of course! I have a huge inventory to choose from. No problem. Thanks for stopping by our shop.
Hey there, friend. Need something? Newell's Goods has a full line of equipment and accessories for all your...
Oh no, this again? James, you have to let it go.
Let it go? Why should I? Every time he pays NSEC, he enables them.
Welcome to Newell's.
He's telling them
Let me know if you
okay to
need help with
blackmail
anything.
us. It's ridiculous.
We're a general goods store, so we carry all sorts of materials you can use to outfit yourself for galactic exploration. Do I sound that awful? I didn't even realize. Terrible, just terrible. You'll have to excuse me. With all the ruckus my husband's been making at the Merchant Alliance meetings, it's difficult to get any rest. Poor old man has himself mixed up in a foolish crusade against Dietrich Sieghart, who he's angry at for paying off Neon security. He runs Sieghart's Outfitters. It's right outside the spaceport terminal. I suppose you could say he's our only real competition. If you ask me, he isn't such a terrible person. Please don't tell James I said that. For protection, I assume. They apparently target certain businesses with some type of safety assurance fee scheme. We've been spared that indignity so far, but it's absolutely disgraceful this kind of thing is happening. It's a little group James formed with some of the other vendors on Neon. I'd call it more of a support group, because all they do is sit around and complain about how hard it is to run a business here. I don't believe he is, no. I think my husband has Dietrich all wrong. He's probably doing what he has to do to survive. Just, please don't tell James I said that. I don't want him to think his own wife is doubting him. It's just a feeling that I have about Dietrich. I'm sure he's paying off Neon security because he has no choice. I can't afford to fight back like my husband expects. I have no idea. Anytime the subject comes up, it turns into an argument. Frankly, he's so obsessed with this Dietrich situation, I don't think he's listening to me at all. Well, thank you. I can't remember the last time a total stranger walked into our store and offered to help. It would be so lovely to see my James happy again. He used to smile at me all the time, you know. Now all I see is worry on his face. I suppose you can speak with him about it if you like, but perhaps you'd like to browse our store a bit before you do? Oh, he'll be so upset for me telling you this. But it's such a funny story. I can't resist. James and I used to work on the Chasm Bass line at Xenofresh. We didn't do any of the Aurora extraction, just dealt with the leftovers. I was a supervisor on the line, and when the alarm went up that it had been stopped, I investigated. I find James inside a storage vat, up to his shoulders in stinky fish guts, and blind as a bat. The gut got in his eyes, you see. I had to walk him to the showers, strip his work clothes, and hose him down. When he saw me standing there, he turned bright red. After the shift ended, we went out for a Terra brew and talked. A year later, we were married. Better times. Better times. Dietrich is actually quite a lovely man, though lately he's been under a lot of pressure, which has made him rather bitter. When we first opened our business here in Akuchi Market, he was actually very helpful. Offered us advice. Didn't treat us like competition at all. I'm sorry, I just don't believe Dietrich is doing anything wrong paying off Neon security. We all do what we have to do to survive in this wretched city. Unfortunately, my husband is convinced that fighting City Hall is the way to solve all of Neon's problems. I think he's wrong. Please, we have a lot to offer. Now, James, I don't want you to get upset.
If you're looking for supplies, this is the place. Watch your back out there.
Literally uses quantum CFD software.
Got the call. Someone's power kept going. Hang out. Know what it was? A heat leech as long as my leg.
I have Welcome to Sick Heart's Outfitters. Yes, I'm aware of James's objections. That's partly why I don't go to the meetings. But if I don't pay Dexler, I'll lose my business. And what good would joining the Alliance do then? So, really, I don't have a choice here. If they want to fight Neon security, they can. But I need to protect my livelihood. It's fine in theory, but this isn't New Atlantis. It's Neon. Corruption is an institution here. What can a single alliance do to stop what's built into the foundation? I don't want to seem like a defeatist, but frankly, it feels like a waste of time. Owen Dexler is head of Neon Security, but he is less concerned with crime than he is siphoning money from honest businesses. But it's not just him. All of Neon is corrupt. The only way to survive is to give in to their demands. Really? I didn't know that. But I suppose they used to treat me with respect until I started paying the protection. But they have to understand. I could lose my business if I don't pay Dexler's fees. And why is that? Rosa said that? I remember when her and James first started. They were very green. It was a different time. Okay, you've convinced me. I will stop paying Dexler his safety assurance fee. And tell the Newells I will come to the next meeting. Maybe I will even bring some beverages and snacks. You can't stand up to Neon security on an empty stomach.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today.
Hey, no funny stuff with that.
And accessories for all your hectic needs.
Feel like making a purchase today? Hey there, welcome to Newell's. Well, I'll be. And all you had to do was talk to him? Meanwhile, I was so damn stubborn, I made this whole thing harder than it had to be.
Given you almost went blind, working with half a kilo of fish guts in your eye. Yeah, I'd agree.
And I'd still be wandering around that storage vat helpless, if not for you. Thanks for your help on this. The Merchants Alliance is finally united. I don't know if we'll ever get a fair shake in the city, but it's a start. I had to chase more zone heads out of here today. Appreciate the help. Tell
They're just
everyone you
kids
know
having
about our
fun,
store.
James. It'll be so nice.
Stop by again soon. Rosa. Aurora is...
What's the point? Come in right now, and you may even have a chance to experience our
Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Velocity or Chimera?
It's gonna stay that way. If that
You
old
kidding?
Cyclops
Chimera,
knows what's
all
good
day. Why do
You like art?
No, Chimera's nice, but Velocity? That?
Oh, you'll like this. Just head on over to Neon Tactical and check out the robot.
Down your third velocity.
Best work.
You're out cold. By the third Chimera, you're floating on frickin' Cloud 9.
Only when I have a knife in my hand. Rest of the time,
Yeah, I guess
I
you're
just
right.
paint.
Where the hell did Micah learn to mix a drink?
Euphoric
like
is
that
home for
anyway?
people like us.
Let's face it.
And by people like us, I mean killers, thugs, and thieves. Now, I haven't killed anyone in a while, but that just means I'm due. Are you in a gang? You sound like a middle-aged bank teller. Yeah, I'm in a gang. The Disciples. Maybe you've heard of them. That Cyclops should be thanking me. I dressed up his toy real nice, gave him a total makeover. He's lucky that's all I did after what that thing did to my crew. We tried to rob his store and reload our crew. That's when his little toy unloaded on us. Lost some good disciples in that group. If anything, that freak should be paying me. I thought it was pretty clever. If I trashed it, it'd sting for a bit, but he'd get over it. So I took a can of spray paint and put my tag on it. Now, every time that Cyclops opens up that eye, he's gonna see my art on his buddy. Yeah, I do. And I'll make art out of your guts if you step out of line. And what makes you think I will? You think he scares me? I'm a disciple. Except that's why we... And who the hell are you? So I suggest you tell that one-eyed... Fine by me, punk. Let...
Had a feeling.
not need not.
I'd be making a fortune.
Good work. I hope you made him squirm. Fine by me. That delinquent little punk deserves it. Thanks. Styx is gonna get a new paint job, a coat of wax, the works. He's gonna look brand new. Oh, and here, for your trouble. Styx, how's this month looking?
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
I'm asking.
Welcome back. Listen, feel free to use anything. Wait, is that Sam Coe? You have a lot of nerve. Here to yell at Lillian personally? Maybe change things up a little?
Listen, this ain't about me. It's about the kid.
Oh, I didn't see you, Princess. Sorry. So why are you here then? Besides him ditching the Rangers to join, what was it, Constellation? Lillian Hart is a hell of a Ranger, and every single time she gets a message from him, it just makes her job that much harder. He should just do us all a favor and get out of our lives. I'm sorry, I just can't help you. I'm afraid I cannot disclose that information. You do remember that from your Ranger days, Sam? About civilians not being allowed to know sensitive information and all that? It's Cora, right? I just can't say anything. I'm sorry. So, this is official business. Sorry, that's different. I haven't heard from Lillian in some time. I know she was working a case, a big one, and was playing it really close to the vest. Feel free to search her desk. Maybe there's something there. Sorry, that's all I got. I was following procedure. You know how it is, right? Listen, I've heard a lot of stories about you. If Lily needs an assist, she couldn't ask for anyone better. So good luck. Hopefully, you won't need it.
So what'd you find? Oh, it is something. So she had a confidential informant. Huh.
An address of Lillian's confidential informant. What's a confidential informant?
A snitch. Someone that works for bad people, but is helping the authorities on the side. Well, looks like we have a lead. No name, but an address works. Shall we? Well, as long as we don't make too much noise, we should be fine. Neon's always got people coming and going. But... something's not right here. Not at all. Let's hurry up. And the field trip continues. Now be careful, Cora.
Dad!
You know, you give Sarah Morgan a run for her money on smarts. I'm just saying. Well, not the best neighborhood.
Door's locked.
Well, yeah, you'd have to be certifiable to leave your door unlocked on Neon. What are you doing?
Picking the lock.
What? Where the hell did you learn to do that?
A book. Oh, and Vladimir.
I told you nothing good will come from those books. I can't believe my little Cora is picking locks. No, she's a little sponge. Always has been. Just soaking up books and learning like no one's business. But Vladimir and I are gonna have some words. Ain't that the truth? But seriously, dragging her all over creation? Maybe Lillian's right. Well, Neon's a rough town. She's waltzing through it like it's nothing. All this hustle and bustle, I know the allure. I fell for it. It's all champagne and pop rocks until the bill comes due. You really think so? I mean, I know you said Constellation's good for her. You really think that, even now?
Lock's done.
Well, I guess that's our cue. Jesus. Cora.
Dad, I've seen worse. He's just dead.
Yeah, okay. We'll stay away from this. I mean it, Cora. We'll investigate.
If that's the CI, does that mean Mom...
Mom's as tough as they come. It does mean that whatever she's involved in, it's not some milk run. Looks like you found it. A slate.
What's it say?
Shit. Sioka Syndicate. Victor compound, some stuff about fake IDs and cover details. Lillian's doing a deep cover-up on the Syndicate. Oh, it's bad. The Syndicate is a mean customer. Even the Rangers don't tussle with them unless they have an important reason. Lillian, what the hell were you up to? My thoughts exactly. Cora, listen to me. This is too dangerous.
No.
The Syndicate is very real and very deadly. There's no way.
No, you listen, Dad. I'm not 8 anymore. I know I can't shoot or anything. But she's my mom. I can be a pair of eyes. I know things. I will be useful, promise. If Mom... And I could have done something about it and didn't.
I know that look. Ah, damn it. Yeah, okay. Listen, Cora, you have to stay out of the action. Stay safe, all right?
I understand. I promise.
All right. Let's go find your mother. Board's green. Ready for what comes next.
Hailing unknown vessel, calling the Chief. Thank you for responding. We had someone jump in and leave without even saying hi. We're with, List,
Hey, Dad.
and we're just
Wanna
trying
hear
to
a
get to
poem
our
I
new
wrote?
home.
It's called
But
a haiku.
our grav drive is old.
I just read about
like
them.
really old.
A haiku,
And I'm
huh?
afraid it's giving up the ghost.
That sounds exciting. Let's hear it.
Okay. It's called Space. Space, cold, and
We're
dark.
just 2 jumps away from
Starships
starting a new life.
fly there
We have
like
a workbench
comets,
here, but we need
carrying
just, then we
us
should be
home.
able to jury-rig some repairs. We'll pay loads more than the Irons actually.
So I can carry a copy with me?
I'll copy down too.
That should do us.
You know how you lose
Thank
things.
you. And
I
we'll be
still
heading
don't know
out
how you
hopefully
lost that
shortly.
picture of Nibbles the comet-eating bunny.
Ready for touchdown. Touchdown. Okay, give me a second, please. This is Co. Hart, are you there?
Hart here. Frequency secured. Sam? Sam, what are you doing here?
Mom!
Oh, you gotta be. Sam, you didn't bring my daughter here, did you?
Not the time or place. What's your status?
We will be talking about this later. Cover is intact for now, but the clock's ticking down fast. Too fast. A distract and extract should do it.
Like old times.
Great. Just great. And Sam, if even one hair on Cora's head gets hurt,
We are 110% on the same page.
comms out.
Time to bundle up. All right. Well, time for us to make an entrance. You're still in, right? I owe you. Big time. Come, drop. Take my binoculars from my bag. You're our eyes, okay? You tell us about anything you see.
Roger.
You move 1 solitary inch away from that perch, and you will be grounded until you're 30. I am not kidding. This is my deadly serious face, yeah?
I got it. I won't move.
Good. Oh, this has to be the most half-baked idea. Okay, let's make it happen.
bad. So bad.
Heads up. Ship coming in at the far end of the base.
Just what we needed. Things are getting interesting. This is my favorite part. friend here gonna teach you manners. I said that right, right? Holy I ain't never getting used to that.